Good day, I am Beltesazar Managbanag, and this presentation discusses the tourist transportation plan proposal for Baybay City Leyte. The plan focuses on how visitors move from the main gateways to accommodations, tourism zones, and key attractions. Baybay has strong tourism assets such as Lintaon Peak, the VSU campus, Mount Pangasugan, and Boulevard, and the city port. The main idea of this plan is simple: make the movement of tourists clearer, easier, safer, and better connected. So Baybay City is located on the western coast of Leyte and faces the Camotes Sea. This location gives the city both coastal and inland tourism potential. The destination is not defined by only one attraction. Its movement pattern comes from several zones. The port and boulevard support coastal access and leisure. VSU supports academic and ecotourism visits. Mount Pangasugan creates nature-based interest. Lintaon Peak and the 16,000 blossoms attract visitors for highland views and photos. These zones show why tourist transport has to connect the city center, port area, campus, mountain routes, and accommodation areas. The major movement pattern in Baybay follows three zones. The first is the coastal arrival zone, where tourists arrive through the port, pass by the boulevard, and move into the city center and hotels. The second is the academic and eco zone around VSU and Mount Pangasugan. The third is the Highland Recreation Zone, especially Lintaon Peak and the 16,000 Blossoms. This shows the main planning issue. Transport should not stop at getting visitors into Baybay. The system should help them move between zones. So the accessibility inventory shows three main access chains. First, visitors arriving by air usually use Tacloban Airport, then continue by land to Baybay. This creates a transfer requirement before the tourist reaches the destination. Second, land transport is the core of local mobility. Buses and vans connect larger routes, while multi-cabs and tricycles help with shorter trips. Third, city. Third, sea access is important because the Cebu to Baybay route provides a direct entry point for visitors from Cebu. The key lesson from the inventory is that the tourist journey depends on smooth transfers. So the mobility gaps are concentrated in the parts of the trip where the tourist changes vehicle or seeks the final connection to an attraction. The first gap is fragmented transfers. Visitors may need to shift from an airport, port, or bus terminal into another local mode before reaching a hotel or attraction. The second gap is weak last mile clarity, especially for highland or nature destinations. The third gap is limited tourist transport information. The fourth gap is reliability during rain, landslide risk, and rough sea conditions. So the SWOT shows that Baybay already has important transport assets. It has a port, public terminal, local modes, and strong attraction areas. The weaknesses are mostly about organization, not the absence of movement. Tourists may still face indirect transfers, unclear route information, and last mile uncertainty. The opportunities are practical. Baybay can use a tourist shuttle loop, coordinate operators and attractions, and publish a mobility guide. The main threats are weather disruptions, fuel price changes, and congestion during peak demand. These problem statements translate inventory and SWOT into planning issues. The first issue affects tourists arriving through the main gateways. They need clearer transfer guidance to hotels and attractions. The second issue is last mile coordination for sites such as Lintaon Peak, VSU, and Mount Pangasugan. The third issue affects independent travelers because limited visible transport information makes it harder to plan routes and cost. The fourth issue deals with reliability because Baybay's transport system is exposed to weather-sensitive ferry operations and upland road routes. So the overall goal is to develop a clearer, safer, and more coordinated tourist movement system. The first objective is short-term: designate tourist transfer points at the port, public terminal, city center, and VC area. The second objective is medium-term: pilot a tourist loop connecting the main tourism zones. The third objective is short to medium-term: publish a route, fare, schedule, and safety guide. The fourth objective is medium up to long-term: create protocols for weather and hazard disruptions. These objectives match the weaknesses and threats identified in the SWOT. So the proposed network design uses a simple tourist journey chain. Visitors first enter through the gateways, Tacloban Airport, Baybay Port, or the public terminal. From there, the plan strengthens a city mobility hub, which becomes the main transfer and information point. The next stage links visitors to hotels and services. Then the system moves tourists through tourism loops, coastal, campus, and eco and highland. Finally, local modes such as tricycles and multicabs support final access to attractions. The goal is to reduce transfer confusion and make tourist movement more coherent. So the proposal has five strategy packages. First is the Tourist Mobility Hub and Info Points program, which organize pick-up and drop-off areas. Second is the Bye-Bye Tourist Shuttle Loop, which links the city center, Boulevard, Fiesole, and Downpeak. Third is last mile local mode coordination, which uses tricycles and multi-cabs in a more organized way. Fourth is a digital mobility guide and signage program to help visitors understand routes, fares, and schedules. Fifth is service quality and safety standards, which focuses on cleanliness, driver orientation, fare transparency, and emergency guidance. So the plan is designed for four tourist groups. Independent travelers benefit from the QR guide, visible transfer points, and fare information. Group or package tourist benefits from reliable schedules and coordinated pickup points. Business travelers benefit from simple and efficient gateway to hotel and city center movement. Special interest tourists, such as ecotourists, campus visitors, heritage visitors, and highland visitors, benefit from route links that match their activities. So this shows that the plan is not one size fits all. Each program supports a specific mobility need. So the action plan translates the strategies into implementable programs. The first action is to mark tourist mobility hubs and pickup areas. The second is to pilot the tourist shuttle loop. The third is to coordinate the last mile transport by involving tricycles and multicabs. The fourth is to prepare the mobility guide and signage system. The fifth is to create a hazard responsive protocol. Implementation needs cooperation among the LGU, CTMTO, Private Tourism Investment Promotions Office, operators, hotels, attractions, CDRMO, and maritime. To conclude, the proposed transport plan aims to make tourist movement easier and more organized in Baybay City. The expected improvement include fewer confusing transfers, clear route and fare information, better last mile access to important attractions, and stronger coordination among stakeholders. So these improvements matter because transport affect how visitors experience a destination. If movement is easy, tourists can visit more places, spend more time in the city, and feel more confident exploring Baybay. The final message is that transport should become part of the visitor experience, not a barrier to it.